Welcome to another live episode. And I mean live. I'm here with G Wit live.
Tighten up, nigga, tighten up.
Halftime adjustments. J. Lou, man, what's going on?
Yes, sir. Tighten up, baby. Tighten up.
Man, another game, another week. Week 12 on the docket. We talked extensively about this team last week. If they can put a full game together like they put last week in that second half, that we just never know. We got to punch this chance.
That's true.
Titans 32, Texans 27. J. Lou, I'm going to let you start first, man, since you over there by yourself, man.
Yes,
Tell
sir.
us what you know today, man, right off the bat about these two-tone blues.
Man, I'm gonna keep saying it every day, every time that they win right now as a young team. But I just always hear G Witt's head. Like, I was a skeptic when we threw the pick six.
Yeah.
A guy I'm working with this week on weekend, he was like, "The Titans still gonna win." I was like, "Nah, no, we're not. I know my team." I was like, we won't overcome this pick six. They played well enough, but we're gonna be snake bitten. And then kudos to, again, we've seen the growth in Will over the last 3 weeks. Kudos to, he shook it off. It was a bad read, and again, he still has some learning to do as a quarterback. I mean, this is what, game 17, I think, of him, or 18, somewhere in his career. So still late on some throws, still making his first read, but I got to say the play call design to Chig was phenomenal.
Yep.
Like, if you go back and watch it, he gained 25 to 30 yards before somebody realized he had the ball to want to touch him.
That's right.
So you gotta love how the offense has held that resiliency. We scored 30 points. I mean, we joked on text that once we hit 17 in the first half, okay, let's shut it down. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
We ain't scoring no more. But good to see them come out, put up points in the second half, compete, and this was another game when you saw them overcome. I mean, the defense goes and gets a sack, and then I gave him too much credit for thinking he was Pac-Man Jones. He's not Pac-Man Jones. He needs to fair catch. Somebody needs to teach Jackson to fair catch. But, we fumble, and the defense does what they're supposed to do. And then, you still think, okay, the Texans drive, miss a field goal. We can't gain 10 yards. And we'll talk about the play call. We'll talk about offense on that one. But we can't gain 10 yards. Defense come back out. And you're like, okay, it's just set up for them to come back. And that defensive line, you saw the highest paid defensive lineman on our team put him on the 1 yard line. You saw the second highest one close it out. So overall, I thought just a great complimentary win because all three phases played bad. But let me rephrase it. All three phases had some opportunities in the game, but all three were able to overcome it at each different standpoint. And that's just something that, as a fan of this young team, you like to see because we have not seen that. As G Witt has been saying, they have to learn how to win. And this is one of the games today. You saw them learn how to win on the road, a divisional rival game that, quite frankly, listen to some of the young guys after the game. They had no idea how big the rivalry was to Amy until they heard her speak. So kudos all around for that one.
Yeah, and G Witt's been hitting on the man that they didn't know how to win. And you saw today, they overcame a lot of items to win this game. So, G Witt, man, talk to us about what you saw today.
Well, I agree with J. Lou about it. They did overcome because I in all honesty, when they blew it, when Will threw that pick six, man, I was thinking the whole time, like, okay, this is just a young team. They just don't know how to win. There's always going to be something. But I give them credit. They still had grit. The thing that there's a couple of things that really stood out to me. One, and I had to give him his credit. Will Levis remained, I'm going to say, calm the whole game. You really didn't see him make a panic throw. And even that pick six he threw, it was down and away. It was really a great catch by the DB. I had to give him his props for that, but it was down and away. He shouldn't have thrown it, I agree, and he took way too many sacks. But at the same time, I like the fact that he was able to come back and make the plays when he needed to make the play.
Right.
Coming back with Chig, getting that 70-yard running, catch and run, I thought was really great. Great to see Chig finally get the chance to use his wheels, man.
Yes.
Defensively, I will say like this. Here's the thing we got to recognize about this defense. They may struggle a little bit in the first half, but the past two games, they've been shutting teams down in the second half. The only touchdown that the Texans scored in the second half was on the pick six.
Right.
Yeah.
Everything else was a field goal, and he missed the field goal. He missed a chip shot.
Right.
So, even though they didn't get anything out of it, you felt good
Huge stop. Yeah.
because your boy actually, even though he didn't get a good punt off,
Mhm.
you know, they got a penalty which pushed it back a little bit further, and then Big Jeff came up with a huge sack.
Yeah.
You know, and again, it's just amazing when you watch him, man, how you see that defensive line step up. You know, it was good to see Sweat get his first sack of the season.
Yep.
You know, he played good. Brownlee got his first INT for the season.
Yep.
And his coverage was good for the most part. I'm gonna say his coverage was excellent because all cornerbacks get beat.
Yes.
But
Yes.
his coverage was excellent. And I like the fact that the announcers were recognizing it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's a late round pick, and the Titans have a good corner
That's right.
in him. So I thought that, and again, I would give Callahan his props. You didn't see the trick plays.
Mhm.
He was running fundamental plays, running them, and they were functioning well. Even our famous whipping boy, NPF,
Oh boy.
actually played a decent game.
Yeah.
You got credit. You
Yeah,
got
I
good
got
Yes.
credit. You know, we
Yes.
don't talk about when he
That's right.
sinks,
That's
but
right.
you got to
Yeah.
give him credit when he plays good. He had
That's
a couple of issues.
He did.
Lathan got his first indoctrination to the division
He
rivalry.
did.
He got beat quite a bit, but overall though, he still plays solid.
Right.
Yeah.
Skoronski played solid, so I thought the offensive line really played good. But again, a great win. I'll be the first one to say I was surprised with the win, but I thought, you know, especially the way it started.
Yeah.
You give up an 80-yard kick return, and then 18 seconds they scored. They're up 7-0.
Yes.
But to come back after that, you get the ball and your offense drives the field.
Yeah.
You know, and went all the way down. That's got to help your defense because your defense, even though they ended up punting on a few of them, your defense wasn't going 3 and out, and then the defense having to come right back in.
Right.
So that's what you like. You had those drives. You didn't score every time, but at least you spent some time giving the defense a rest, even though you ended up having to punt. So overall, a good team win. Again, all 3 phases had their issues, but again, you saw them all rally together. You know, even though Jackson caught that ball on the 5-yard line when he really should have let it bounce at the end zone, but that was after he fumbled the ball. He was like,
yes.
I got to catch it, you know, and just deal with it. You know, so overall, a good win.
And you think about the offensive line as a whole. I mean, they faced a really tough front today.
Yeah.
This is probably by far the most challenging front they've had. You know, you got 2 edge guys that are dominant forces in the game, and then you got the interior with Danico and the other guys that they have in the interior. I can't remember the names of them right now, but man, you had a defense, and then you had Shazier flying all over the field, hitting people everywhere. So, but you like the grit, the fight that they showed. I really like what about Levis today is that after he made a mistake, he didn't try to force nothing.
Right.
You know,
Right.
after he throws that pick, you know, he comes back and he tries to force. We are in the same room.
I'm not going to do that.
It's been a long time since we've been in the same room together, man. So, yeah. To answer your question, we're in the same
In the same room. I'm not going to do that though.
Yeah. So you like the grit, man. NPF to go back to NPF. I know he got beat a couple times, but man, did you see the pancake block?
Ooh.
Oh yes.
And he was talking trash.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what you want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fight, man. That's what you saw. And as I was saying last week, if they showed the same fight they showed against the Vikings in the second half, that we
You
could
said that.
then we
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
And so
Said that.
that's gonna carry over. You know, you heard Matt Ryan say on CBS today, I wouldn't want to face the Titans down the stretch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we knew it was going to take long for this offense to get together. We seen it jail the last 3 games, although we got beat, you know, the last couple. Now you're seeing some things being put together. Again, if Will can still go out there, even though he steps in the sack sometime, that's got to be worked out, right? He stares down receivers still. He's not perfect, but you like the progression that Callahan's got him on. And that's all we've been asking for, right? Is to show progression.
Right, exactly.
And it's to get better and learn and stop playing the hero ball.
Right.
That was the biggest thing I took away from this game today is that even after the mistakes that he made, he didn't try to force anything to get him into trouble. I mean, they had an answer every time too. That was great. So let's look at the offense, man, because they did some good things. You know, we've been talking about it at length on this show. The scheme, the routes, and you saw today, NWI again gets wider. All he does is catch touchdowns.
All he does
That's it.
I mean, you look at that play scheme. They had
Yes.
somebody underneath, made a safety come up.
Yep.
He runs by the TB. I'm like, man. All he does is catch touchdown passes. G. So
Yes.
talk more about the offense, man. Today.
Yeah. Oh no, man. I would say this: the offense. When you look at the stats, because I was really getting worried about the team losing the game. Because I'm like, it's going to be another one of them games where you look at the stats, and the stats going to show that we dominated and we still lost.
Yeah.
But you saw where Tony Pollard had over 100 yards rushing. Will almost had 300 yards passing.
Yeah.
So again. Callahan is coming into his own as a play caller and getting into a good rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
He's giving Will easy throws. Again, starting off with rollouts and everything, giving him an opportunity to get out in the open. Again, Will's biggest problem is pocket awareness.
Definitely.
he absolutely has none.
Yeah.
But if he ever develops that where he actually sees some things, because there were a couple of times, if he just, I put it like this. In the beginning of the season, he was always drifting to his left,
Yes,
going into a sack. Now you see him, the first thing he does, he had an opening to the left, he goes to the right.
Right, yeah.
And the announcers even brought out the fact that you see a lot of times with Will's throws, he's definitely cognizant of not making those hero throws.
Right.
And so that's another reason for the sacks he's taking also, because he doesn't want to make that mistake. But overall, I thought the offensive line did a great job. I thought the run blocking was good. Tony Pollard, with the exception of the fumble, ran the ball extremely well. I thought, again, Will on the deep balls, both to Ridley and to NWI, man, those were throws he was missing early in the season.
Right.
Yeah.
So, that's the thing that you like about it. Overall, I thought the offense played extremely well. I thought they really functioned well. They managed the game well. Again, I don't know how many 3-and-outs they had, but it wasn't that many. They basically had some pretty decent 6 to 8 play drives and a couple of 10-play drives.
Yeah.
Even though they ended up in long field goals. But again, that's talking about giving a good defense time to rest, and the defense finally caught a break, and now they're not 100% of giving up scores in the red zone.
Right.
Yes, they did. They did.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was.
And the announcers made a good point and said, man, if they just get middle of the pack, ain't no telling where this team will be.
Yes. Yeah.
So, you look at that and everything. But overall, I thought the offense did a great job of managing the game, staying in the game, and making the Texans defense work. And I think that's really beneficial. Yeah, they got sacks. Again, they were counting them. The guy was saying he gave 5, 6 sacks to Will. Yeah.
And 3,
And 3 to the lineman. It was on a couple of them I gave on the lineman where they just absolutely got beat. But overall, I thought, again, you got a rookie on one side, you got a right tackle who's suspect. I just think overall the offensive line did a good job.
J. Lou, and I know you saw this, man. You gotta give it to Daddy Callie for the run blocking scheme. Did you see the trap lead? Oh my gosh, it was beautiful.
When them guards get to pulling, they looking for somebody to knock
Even
out.
Brunskill
was looking for somebody. Which again, I'm so glad. The unsung hero is Dylan being able to come back and letting Brunskill play at center. That makes such a big difference. I will say this about the O-line, and if I'm not mistaken, the Texans only finished with 8 sacks, and I'm saying only 8. They had 7 at halftime.
Right.
So the one thing that we can continue to say that we've seen growth, especially when you go back to the Vikings game last week and the week before, we're seeing some halftime adjustments, no pun intended, that we didn't see at the beginning of the year from this staff and this team. But I was just about to say that, Ed. To me, this offensive line is built first to run block, and then the pass blocker, they get settled in, and I felt like they got in a rhythm when they were getting to hit people and maul people down when they were running. And Tony Pollard, he pretty much had 100 at halftime. Man. He looked good and again, he was a bell cow. You got to remember, he got spelled. Julius Chestnut had maybe five touches today. To give a break, if that. So. You like to see Tony Pollard being able to carry that rock, stay on the field that way, etc. I thought the receivers again. I've been asking for him for the last couple of weeks. He showed up last week and he was again this week. Boyd, Tyler Boyd. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
there was one 3rd down and 8, if I'm not mistaken.
yes.
Then it was almost like double slants where he caught.
Double
It was
slant.
a perfect play. I will
Great
talk
scheme.
about that. The last drive that you should have ran the clock out on. I thought the 2nd down call was the one you should have tried to pass. And that's the one I would have tried the slants on 2nd down. Because again, you was I think it was 2nd and 3 or 2nd and 4 because you had a good run on that 1st down. But again, what you like to see on that is they got tipped at the end and it wasn't a turnover and you allowed your defense to get a chance to get off the field. But I'll agree with y'all. I think Callahan is finally starting to get into a rhythm. We're seeing him adjust to what the defense is adjusting to. The one thing that I'll continue to say that I want to see him do is I think you still to help Will Levis a little bit with his pocket awareness. I think you still got to roll him out a little bit more and put him a little bit on some play action. Takes advantage of that. Now he made one throw rolling from his left to his right. I think that was all arm strength on that pass he made. So, but I would like to see that a little more. But overall, you have to be satisfied, especially when you're starting to see. I think at one point in time they mentioned we had 4 plays over 20 yards or 5 to the Texans too. With those big plays, that is what gets your quarterback going even more when he can hit those. And I'll be honest, if NWI doesn't turn in. That might be another 94-yard touchdown pass on that one.
I was shocked that they even dropped back to pass, considering the protection issues they had.
Yes.
So I was like, man, what we gonna do? Now, I will say this: I agree with you on that run when we was trying to run the clock out. I thought they should have ran it up inside. Now, Tony Pollard should have cut it up because the way the Texans were playing their defense with the edge, setting the edge. Hunter, man, he sets the edge great. He had Will on the other side. Here's the other part I didn't like. Okay, I understand throwing the ball on 3rd down, but why you throw it to Vanette? The slowest guy, the slowest guy that you got, right?
Yes.
But we like the fact that Chia got involved today. We didn't see Wiley. I thought that could have been an opportunity for him. He's a big threat in short yardage because of his size. But those are the 2 things that I would say. And then, of course, like you said, the offensive line in the second half did a great job blocking. What you've seen here lately, though, you mentioned to J. Lou, that Calvin really has been unlocked. It has been ever since they traded D-Hop. And not only him, but now you see NWI, you see Tyler Boyd, you even see a little bit of the tight ends.
I think it unlocks your quarterback too, because you don't have to worry about spreading it to 2 alphas now. Because now you got everybody has their role now. That's what I think. They have some role clarity there.
And quiet as is kept, I will say this: the one thing we got to give Callahan credit for is the fact of halftime adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even deferring the kick to the second half, he comes out, you go downfield. Yeah, you had to make some plays, you got some penalties, but you ended up with 3 points out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, that's what I'm talking about. We're not we're used to seeing you come out after halftime, 3 and out.
Yeah.
They drove the ball down the field and ended up getting a field goal out of it. So I thought that was fantastic. And I thought that was a good way to end the first half, even though they got down there to the point to where I thought they were going to try to get a touchdown, but Will takes 2 big sacks.
Yes.
Yeah, so, but other than that, man, that's one thing I want to give on both sides of the ball. The adjustments they're making offensively and defensively at halftime are really showing up in these games, especially the last few.
Yeah, I'm going to get some of these comments, man. Appreciate y'all joining us nicely. Deion said you should have known something was different when we went over 17 points before halftime. You're right. You're exactly right.
I thought it was done.
Right. Nathan, man, appreciate it. He said Will showed a lot of grit today. Fumble handoff, Pollard, pick 6, all the sacks, and he kept. Yeah, right, man. We definitely agree with you on that. Travis said NPF actually showed some attitude today.
He
did, man. Rodney, man, appreciate you joining us tonight. Darius says 6 explosive plays. I mean, that's awesome. And I think he's referring to NWI. On that. But and here I'm gonna get this last one in. He says Deion says I think we still need a better thumper at running back. Chestnut is okay, but impactful, not enough, not impactful.
Yeah.
But Carlton says he hopes that we get to play somebody like Jacksonville that we should be, that we don't. That's the Titans, man. Yes. But 18 to 24 for Will today, 278 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, 8 sacks, like we already mentioned, and most of those sacks attributed to him. 24 carries for Pollard today, 119, 1 touchdown. And Chestnut, to your point, Jay Lou, you only had 1 carry. So
1 carry.
he had more than that.
Yeah.
Calvin really 5 of 93. Tyler Boyd 6 of 55, and NWI 2 of 48. Like again, we like the distributing of the ball.
Yeah.
6 targets for Calvin, 6 for Boyd, 5 for NWI, 5 for Pollard. And you like the fact, again, like we've been saying, the scheme is great.
Yeah.
He can scheme people open. We just barely got to get the ball
Gotta
out.
get-
And if Will doesn't get sacked, Calvin really is open again for another touchdown.
Another touchdown. Wide open. Wide.
So, the scheme is there, man. It's great. And, you got to love what you're seeing from this coaching staff. To your point, G. Witt, man, the adjustments they're making, particularly on the offensive side of the ball, knowing you had so many issues, protection in the first half. You saw this was great. And I don't know if y'all saw this or not, but you saw when receivers or tight ends would run their routes, they would just kind of bump into the defensive end.
Yes.
Yeah.
And go up.
Give them some more time.
Yeah.
Right, give them some more time, man. And then they also took advantage of the personnel when they subbed out Will Anderson and Daniel Hunter. They went to more of a shotgun pass formation.
Yeah.
And so good job the coaches seeing that out, man. And 4 for 14 on third down, got to be a little better there.
Absolutely.
1 for 1 on fourth down, though. So
Yeah. That fourth down call was a great scheme.
Yes, it
that
really
was a great
Because I'll be honest, I was like, okay, are you gonna hand it to Calvin Ridley or what are you doing? Because you ran him back and forth like 3 or 4 times, and it was just a wide open naked boot because they knew. I think it was Will Anderson shot right up the field.
Yeah,
It was right
shot
there.
up right
That was
from
a
the
great
ball,
call.
and he took off. And when he came open, I was like, dude, run it. Don't even
Yes.
think about it. Run it.
Right. And, so a good day. The penalties, of course, we still got to overcome them. Turnovers. This is the first time in a while that we have lost the turnover battle
And won
the game.
Yeah.
So, and dominated the time of possession almost
Of
2-1.
course.
So, yeah, man, great day for the offense. You like what you saw. And if they keep stacking them, man, this is 3 games in a row that Will has stacked.
Yeah.
The team is starting to come together. You just never know. Like I said last week, we still alive in the division. Anything can happen. And we pretty much control our own destiny when it comes to it.
Hey, absolutely. But the thing I like about Will that I noticed today is, again, how calm he remained.
Yeah.
Even after the big plays, coming back and still just remaining calm, not getting that wild look in his eye.
Yeah.
His feet in the pocket are a lot steadier than what they used to be. He's not as jumping. Now, granted, he still got to figure out a way to have better pocket awareness.
Right.
But I just thought overall, and Kelly does a good job of giving him plays where the ball is going to come out of his hand quick.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I think that's really been helping him out a whole lot.
Deion said he thinks he likes getting sacked, makes him feel alive.
I mean, he looks for contact.
Oh, I bet he got an ice bath tonight.
Oh, you know
yeah. Oh, yes. Yes.
He took a couple of good ones, man. And kudos to him for holding on to the ball.
Yes.
That one he took.
one.
Johnson, man.
Yes. Yes.
Huge. That was huge. But Jay Lou, man, let's flip over and talk about the defense, man, because I'm gonna let you start, but I know you're gonna talk about the big guy rubbing his belly.
I mean, he did my dance. I mean, first of all, we all sit here and talk about Big Jeff. We know how Jeff be doing grown men. Go back and watch Sweat's sack.
Man.
He clubbed that man with one arm. Like, I mean, he just clubbed him and was gone. I mean, it's great. I don't understand Slovak. I think that's the offensive coordinator for Houston.
Texans.
I don't know why you wanted to keep running the ball up the middle.
You wasn't gonna do it.
You wasn't going to do that. I don't know why you kept being. That's insanity. I will tell you this. We said it not to talk about last year because we don't do that, but I got to bring it up just for a little bit. Just stay with me.
Yeah.
We all last year kept saying there's no way Chris Harris was that bad of a DB coach. We kept saying that. I think we've been proven right because I text y'all at 10:50 or 11:45 and said, oh, by the way, Amani Hooker's probably not playing.
Yep.
They just put him on the whatchamacall. And for Worley to be a guy that you called up off the practice squad.
He played pretty good.
Like, think about it. We were down to our 5th and 6th safety on the field today. And against a relatively good, now young quarterback, but still good quarterback, good up off the scheme, good weapons, and you didn't get beat. I mean, he had, as you said, everybody gonna get beat, you gonna get yards. But CJ Stroud didn't really beat you. He didn't. He didn't beat you, though. And I think that's a testament to not only Denard, but Coach Harris as well, who came with a reputation of just being great at DBs. And Look at, I mean, we're playing with our 5th and 6th corners because again, Baker still was good. Brownlee Jr. He is you get beat, he comes back, and you saw him take the frustration out on the tackle. And that's what I like to see. I mean, he tackled Joe Mixon, and then Roger McQuarrie. Now, Roger realized next time you need to tackle Joe Mixon and started trying to bump him out of bounds. But that was two screens again that he blew up, and I was like, well, all he does is make tackles. So we've got to give some kudos to the coaches, the DB coach and coordinator for how they got these DBs playing. I thought this was Murray's best game. And he played as a tight end linebacker. But by far, I thought this was his best one. You saw Baker, too. You saw him. He looked a lot better than he did last week from that standpoint. But I thought the defense, and I was worried about Harold Landry, where he was going to be, and he showed right up. Literally, they gave up some stuff, yes. But I thought they did a phenomenal job against the offense, especially given the weakness. Like, I just can't get over it. I guess again it's the Titans PTSD. We know we're down cornerbacks and DBs that we just gonna get toasted, and they still. I like that they do not go away from the scheme. You're still in somebody's face. You still playing press, whether you should be pressing or not. You still gonna stick to what you do. But I thought overall defense played solid and did what they're supposed to do. Got the turnovers and really, as Jeff said after the game, made the closes. They went out there and finished the game by getting the safety.
Yeah. Now let me say this, and I'm gonna kick it over to you, G. Witt. So you saw today the effect the officials have on the game.
Yes.
Mike Brown blows Nico up.
Yes.
If it didn't happen last week.
Yep.
And you saw what happened. He got on the sideline. They jumped him. They jumped his tail. Like, you got to make that hit.
Yes.
Even the commentator was like, "Oh man!"
It was the exact same play. Exact same way.
He just did it like I was like, "Dude, blow him up."
You gotta lay him up. Yes.
Go ahead, G.
But no, I mean, I don't know what more I can add to that. Again, I was just really impressed. Like I said, first half, I thought we gave up some stuff, but I was just really impressed with the second half of how we really shut that offense down. Yes. We said last week when we was talking about this game, we said the one thing they had to do was shut down Joe Mixon.
Yep.
The man only had 22 yards rushing.
He couldn't do it.
He couldn't do anything.
That was so great, man.
That was and to your point, why you keep going up the middle with Big Jeff and sweating them? The announcers were even saying that you're wasting your time.
Yes.
Why you keep going up the middle? And again, DeBar, I know I mentioned this earlier in the season, and I asked you about this, and I got to say it again, man. I think, just in my opinion, you got Sweat on a rookie deal. Go ahead and extend Big Jeff, man, because I'm telling you, with those two in the middle, put it like this: you stop D'Amico Ryans for going for it on fourth down.
Yes.
Because he said, no, we're not going up there. He said, we'll take the 5-yard delay game and we'll punt the ball.
Yeah.
That just shows you the effect they're starting to have on opposing offenses in the middle because they're shutting it down.
Right.
Yeah. Big Jeff, man, the closer. If you want to just call him that, man. That one where he ended up getting held and still
made yes.
I didn't even have a full arm on.
Barely hit him. And again, you saw that. And again, he's the one that really caused the safety because he hit his man so bad that Stroud had to go and he went right into Landry. And Landry made the tackle, took him out of bounds. So I'm like, this defense, man, I can go on about the secondary all day long because Brownlee, man, is just showing out. He's just flat out showing out, man.
He's a beast.
I have to give him his props. He's physical at the point of attack. And then on top of that, he makes up room. That one where he knocked it away from Nico Collins, man.
Punch to that, great play.
Heck of a play, man. I was like, dude, this Joker, man, all I got to say is when Snead comes off of IR and Chick, and they all come back, man, it's going to be rough. Yeah, it's going to be rough with the secondary, man, because this secondary really, eventually that front four is going to start breaking through and getting more sacks because the secondary is actually holding up pretty well. C.J. Stroud really struggled finding people open today.
Yes.
So and like you said, we're down to our fifth and sixth safety, and still They know what to do. They're out there. The corners are playing aggressive. Roger McCreary is just Roger McCreary.
Yes.
He gets no props, but the bottom line is he's the best nickelback in the league because nobody throws at him.
Nobody throws at him.
He is the NWI on defense.
Yeah.
He's just consistent. I mean, literally.
He's good at doing his job.
He's very
is.
good. And I mean, and the thing you like about it, the one thing we've been complaining about for the past 5 years is not having aggressive corners.
We got him.
Oh, we got him.
As we can just show up the linebacking core, we're going to be in business.
Yeah.
In business, yeah. Let me give me some more questions. Some more comments. It said Rodney, and we'll come back to that. But yeah, we'll go ahead and hit that. Rodney says, "I'll be ready to throw Will away just yet because he's moving in the right direction." So again, like I said last week, okay, so now we stacked 3 games in a row, right? Yeah. He still got some things to work on. Pocket presence. G Witt hit on that. J Lou hit on that too. So pocket presence. But you do like the fact, like I said earlier, when he made a mistake today, he didn't come back and try to play hero ball.
That's right. That's right.
If anything, my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off. If anything, I think the pick 6, they probably had to tell him come back and just play normal because I felt like he took a sack or something where he had 7 seconds to throw the ball, and I think he was hesitant. And I think they had to say, "Hey, no, you're good. Let's just go back to square one." So I think once he overcame that, but to your point, he didn't come back out and just try to pop shot to somebody else. He played within the system.
Yeah.
Right. And so, but yeah, on the defense though, and Mike Brown, he played okay. He was out of position a few times. You saw some busted curve. The first touchdown of the game.
Oh,
Baker thought he had over the top of him. He didn't. So it was a little confusion there, and so that kind of like, we got to work that out. But to hold this team to 260 yards of offense. That's outstanding considering what they were doing to everybody. Now, I know they lost last week. They've been struggling the past few weeks, but you saw them take advantage of that guard that they was having issues blocking against the Cowboys. And you knew they were going to eat, man. 220 yards passing for the Texans today. 4 sacks, 40 yards rushing. That was impressive. I don't know why they wanted to keep testing that middle. But I know y'all saw this too, but when it was 3rd and 1. It was before he decided to punt on that 4th down.
Mm-hmm.
3rd and 1. Sweat turns his body into the hole
and hit him from the back.
Yes. I'm so mixing with his butt. Yes. You use what you got. Use everything. Yeah. And then go back to Worley. I love the way how Worley was filling the holes today coming out.
Yes.
He almost knocked himself out one time.
Yes, he did.
For the brain guys off the practice squad and they're still playing like that aggressively.
Hey, let's talk about that. He didn't know he was playing until 15 minutes before kickoff.
Right, that's right. Again, you got to give kudos to the coaching staff, Chris Harris, Denard, all the coaching staff across the board about what they're doing with these young guys. Because truth be told, a couple years ago,
oh, dude, we don't even want to talk about it.
I mean, and I don't want to go back to the past, but when we had guys who was calling off the street. It was bad. I mean, it was really bad. It was really bad. You pulling up guys off the practice squad. But now you see the depth of this team, the talent, and the coaching to go along with it, which makes it awesome, man. A few penalties today. I didn't agree. I did not agree. Which it was one of the penalties they called earlier. They still had some questions. Oh, I know what it was. Jerome Baker when he ran into Nico Collins.
Oh, that was
not contact at all.
Contact,
because Nico was trying to come across.
Yes.
I'm like, come on, that was a huge first down because it got him into the scoring range. And so, but the defense, man, you like T Sweat, Big Jeff. I mean, they dominated inside. Arden Key played well today.
Again, he did play well
together. You saw Ali Gay get a sack today.
Oh yeah,
that was beautiful because he didn't hesitate. Because if he had.
Oh, it was
Jack Mason would have picked him up.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he took off with it.
And so, man, you love to see those things. 4.8 yards a play that they held the Texans to, man. And so, I mean, awesome day for this defense. Anytime you can hold an offense like it, like I said, Joe Mixon, 14 carries for 22 yards. Come on. And they were talking, and he's been hot the last 6 days.
Yes.
He's been people up.
Not today. Even when he ran outside, he wasn't getting anywhere.
Yeah. And I can take Brownlee Jr. getting beat by Nico. Okay.
Me too.
He gonna learn from that. He didn't jam off the line.
That's
He's
right.
a big receiver, right? And I thought Mike Brown should have been over the top on that to give him some help. But hey, it is what it is. But like you said, both of y'all said he came back, he made some plays, and you love what you see. Now, special teams, and I'm gonna let Jay Lou start because Cole is his boy.
That's right. That's true.
Cole is his boy, and the first. Go ahead, Jay. I'm gonna let you go.
You know, as soon as the kickoff happened, I thought I was in the stadium because I yelled, "Colt, what are you doing? What are you?" I get for the life of me, I don't know why we just won't kick touchbacks. At this point, touchback it or kick it out of bounds. Yeah, just stop letting them return. And then I go back to Jackson that I talked about earlier. Is for much as we yell about Colt, Jackson is trying too hard, but we just can't find a punt returner. We cannot find when he's trying too hard. I will say this: the old man strength. I mean, he just goes out there and does his job.
He does.
I mean, what did he have? 3 over 50 today?
Yes.
3 over 50. I'm almost positive he tied 56 or 57. He tied a career long on that one right before half or whatnot. But yeah, special teams, man. It's one of those things that it's going to you're gonna have to go in and do like you did today. You're gonna have to be able to overcome the opportunities your special teams going to put you in. I thought this was a bad day punting from Stonehouse.
It was.
He got lucky on the penalty and he got lucky on the bounce on the other one that he saved. So I mean, but other than that, I thought this was a rough day punt for him. But again, special teams, Colt. Maybe I have to go over to the office tomorrow.
Man, you might need to.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Today might be one day I might give him a pass. In all honesty, and the only reason I say that is because I cannot figure out. Even the commentator said the same thing. I cannot figure out for the life of me why everybody keeps losing containment.
As coaching. That's why I can't give him a pass.
He's got to be telling them because they go towards the ball. Like, dude, just maintain your lane.
You got to be allowing that because you're right on that first one. I mean, he broke 7 tackles. He should have been, but nobody was at lane containment
all this time.
And my other thing about it is, dude, grab him by his ankle, but bring him down. Everybody's doing the same thing. They bumping him with the shoulder. I'm like, dude, tackle the man.
Yeah, the tackling was.
Now let's give some credit though. I wish we had faster gunners on kickoffs because Houston made a huge.
I was just gonna say twice. Twice.
If we had some speed, man, that's a touchdown.
That's a touchdown.
I'm like, where's it? Nobody in the screen.
Nobody in the screen.
Where to go? Where the people at?
I'm be honest. I didn't know until today. I always thought when the ball hitting the end zone is dead on the kickoff.
That was the new rule.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because you remember last year
it would be dead.
So it's automatic touchdown.
Yes.
Now they have to down it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
It doesn't go out of bounds. You got to down that bad boy.
Makes sense.
Even on the onside kick now, it's only can be between that 10 20 yard. They being the deep of that.
Which I'm glad we just NWI did what you're supposed to do. Bat it out of bounds. Don't even try to catch it if you don't catch it clean on the first one.
He did. He didn't have to touch it. And I understand because of the way it was. Because the guy hit him first before it went 10 yards. So they were penalty. But anyway. But yeah. No, I agree with you, man. Stoney, you knew Stoney, especially when he was back to the end. I said, we're going to have a problem with him. I told my wife.
I already knew what was getting ready to happen. I knew
Shank.
Both times. Well, the shank kind of surprised me a little bit. But I knew he wasn't wasting any time kicking that ball.
No.
I did not expect any kind of distance on that whatsoever. I know as soon as he catches this ball, it's like one kick and let the ball roll where it may. And again, he got some benefit because of the fact there was a penalty on the play. Mm-hmm. Just the same as you said on the other one where he shanked it, it wasn't good, and he got a good roll out of it. And ended up flipping the field, taking him down to 25. Yep. But the old man Nick Folk did his job, man. The thing about it is, and again, Will has got to learn this, dude.
Can't take a sack.
You can't take a sack like that, man.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't take a sack like that, dude. Get rid of the ball, throw it out of bounds. Do like you did against Minnesota. Throw it through the end zone.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying about him, man. He for all the good that he flashed, he still does the bonehead stuff, and that's maturing and growing. And you hope. As the season goes on, for the rest of the season, however long it lasts, whatever happens in the next few games, you want to at least see him getting better at doing those things. Because if he can, then Travis Hunter might be our draft pick.
Right.
Again, one of the things that I've been saying is that you gotta see improvement.
Yep.
You gotta see improvement through because like I said, ran and Cali on the clock, really. So you got to start seeing some improvement in everything. And I think that's the one thing you can see working out in their favor is that even though he's still making mistakes, Levis is improving.
Oh yeah, he is.
Again, he's playing much better than he was at the beginning of the season.
Yes, sir.
I think having that time off watching Mason Rudolph, even though he wasn't doing that good, watching him play and watching how calm he was remaining, and again, Cali changing his play call and getting the ball out quicker, I think you see that benefit happening for Levis. And also, I think you see, again, with Denard being his first year as a play call on defense, you see him starting to get into his rhythm with the defense and everything with the play call. I still don't like it when you have 3rd and long and you have your corners play off the receivers. I know the whole deal. You play a zone, make them catch a short, tackle them and everything, but I got too many nightmares with that type of coverage.
Yeah, and I can understand why he's doing that because he's figuring that by the time they try to get that long route, his pass rush gonna get there. But I agree with you. It's a little uncomfortable because we've been burned before, and so we get a little shaky when we see those things. But again, your front four is playing very well right now, and it's now deciding upon the offense is who they gonna double because you can't double everybody. And so you see what happens when Big Jeff gets double. You see when he gets single team, and it's just not working out. And like you said, J. Lou, Harold Landry coming up doing Harold Landry at the end of the game was huge. A huge play when the defense needed to make a stop, man. And I was like, that was like you said, complete game. Still some issues to work out, but you like to fight. And back to Jaquan Jackson, who was talking about special teams. I just knew after he made that fumble, he gonna come back and try to do something extra.
I did too. Yes.
And 5-yard line. Like, no, you let that go. You let that go. I was telling my wife, I said, he's going to do something dumb and made a mistake. And he's a rookie. And that's what we do. And young players, where we try to make the next play. And so,
and it happened. But again, you hit the nail up on the head. He's a rookie.
Yeah.
He's a rookie.
Yeah.
And again, he's guilty of both plays trying to do too much.
Yeah.
On both of them. So, those are the things that he's going to have to learn. Overall, I mean, he hasn't been playing bad on special teams. Let's be real about it. But again, when he's going up trying to do things, dude, just catch the ball. Your first job, on that one where he fumbled, your first catch the ball first.
Yeah, just catch it.
Catch the ball first. If you catch the ball and fall forward, you got the yards you're supposed to get and be done with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing about it. And then you wouldn't have to worry about coming back and making I'm gonna call it a bonehead play and catching the ball on the 5-yard line. Because if you let that ball go into the end zone, the offense is starting from the 20, and with the way the offense was functioning today, you have an opportunity to actually make a decent drive and maybe get some points out of it.
So I'm gonna get Deion. He said, "Truth is, the whole team is learning together. Young QB, rookie head coach, OCDC, young roster, new players. Now it's finally starting to gel for us." And we said it was gonna take a while. We just didn't know the offense was gonna take this long to gel, but. It's good. Looking at the AFC South, man, the division looks a lot different today. One loss. Been telling y'all, man. Been telling y'all to just stay alert because we still alive in this thing. As crazy as it sounds, at 3-8, they're still alive. But now, other than the other couple of wins that Houston has, we got one loss with Houston along with Jacksonville. Not worried about Jacksonville. We just got to win. Got the Commanders coming up. Commanders lose today to Dallas. Jaden Daniels on the road, rookie quarterback, can scramble, pressure, right? Robinson Jr. can run the ball. Terry McLaurin. They got some guys on the edge that can score. They got a pretty solid defense. What is it going to take, man? What's it going to take to win that game?
Well, it's going to take the same thing it always takes. First and foremost, stop the run.
Stop the run.
You got to stop the run. You got to, and doing so, you're making them more one-dimensional. Which is what happened today. So you got to stop the run. You can't let Robinson get going and everything. And you got to play. I'm interested to see how Brownlee is going to play against McLaurin.
Yeah,
McLaurin. I'm really interested in that because McLaurin is a heck of a player.
Oh yeah.
Again, it's going to be incumbent upon that D line to maintain keeping Jaden Daniels in the pocket. You got to keep him in the pocket. If you let him get outside, he's going to kill you. But again, I just think if we can stop the run and maintain that containment on Jaden Daniels, I think we got a shot.
Yeah, he threw for 275 yards there, but they had 4 sacks given up. So there's the opportunity for those guys. Jaden Daniels leading them in rushing today. Terry McLaurin, to your point, had 102 yards receiving. So there are some. Got Noah Brown too. Zach Ertz is a good tight end. Yeah, they can be beat. They can be beat. Anybody can be beat on every given day. But J. Lou, man, what do you think, man? What we got to do, man, to get this dub on the road? Another one.
Contain that rookie quarterback. I'm not worried about the run game because I think both running backs went down today.
They did?
I think Brian Robinson went with a hamstring, and I think Eckler was a concussion. So you don't know how that shakes out for the week. So it don't shock me that he was a leading rusher today.
But you got Boise State. You got Boise State.
That's right.
Jeremy McNichols.
McNichols revenge game. But yeah, stop the run, and you've got to have your containment because we saw it similar to when Malik came in here and embarrassed them in week 2.
Yes.
You get a quarterback that wants to look to run and you don't contain. That's what'll get you beat, and that's how you'll have McLaurin open down the field. Because I just Washington to me has been the beneficiary of having a last place schedule. The difference between their last place schedule and ours was that we got the Chargers, we got the Bengals, and the AFC. We got that. They didn't get all that. They got the Giants and a few more teams. So that 7 win, they beat the people they're supposed to beat. I give them that. But you're starting when they lose. What today makes 3 in a row, if I'm not mistaken, 3 losses in a row. So you can get to them. You can get to them and cause some damage. And again, if your D-line, if you make them one-dimensional, I want Jaden Daniels to have to put the ball in the air 30, 35 times. I like our chances with him doing that.
Definitely. You know, and being a young quarterback, he probably, I'm not gonna say he doesn't see the field well, but I'm sure Denard will have something that's going to give him some issues. And again, you know, if Jeff and Sweat and those guys start to eat, it could be a long day for that offer. You got Marcus Mariota as the backup quarterback. So a couple more Titans that used to be here, man. Like you said, 3 losses in a row for the Commanders. They're struggling right now, and a good time to catch them as we ride on high. Dion says, speaking of hamstrings and concussion, how is Tajay Spears doing? He had both problems. Yeah, he was more out for the concussion from last week. So we'll see if he comes back. We did see Cheeto last week on the practice field, so we'll see how he progresses. I think though, if we move forward and Cheeto comes back before Snead, of course, you might see Baker move to safety because he's a safety that can play corner, and that'll keep him on the field over some of those younger guys. But man, good day for the Titans. You got to be excited for what we saw today, man. The progression that's made. But again, another tough game on the road. The Commanders at 12 o'clock on CBS. It looks like, and so man, hey. We never know. One game at a time. Only got 1 loss in the division. So, hey, we still right there, man. We're still right there. It's not too late to get on the train. Y'all tell y'all, it's not too late. It's not too late. It's not too late. We're going to make that run. 9-8, here we come. Here we come, baby. Here we come. Oh, 8-9 with the division because we can lose the Commanders. We just can't lose no more division games. So, halftime with Joseph Eddie out there, G with J. Lou. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. Thank you for the comments and the questions, man. Go on YouTube, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Hit that like button, man, so you can get the notifications. Man, again, thank y'all for supporting the show. We'll be back next week. Break down that dub over the Commanders. I'm calling it today. I'm calling it another dub on the road. This young team building some confidence. The play calling, the defense, everybody. Halftime adjustment, man.